What's really good, man? What's up? What's good? What's good? Let's get it tonight. Let's get it tonight. I must admit that I'm not really. I already entered into a bunch of contests because I was really feeling my lineup from last night. But there's so much weird things happen today. I'm not really into it, but I kind of went a whole different direction and I started looking in depth. Everybody seems to be on most speaks, but let me tell you guys, man, you want Brandon Bass, all right? You want Brandon Bass tonight. You don't want most spates. Fareed, I feel good about for some reason. I don't think that he'll play less than mid 20s, and I think with mid 20s with no real person down low, I think Fareed will eat. I don't. A lot of people been nervous about Fareed, but I don't see why I'd be nervous about Fareed tonight. I'm being honest. Um, Karis LeVert is a rookie, and he's not consistent. All right, he had two good games. I'm not chasing that. Um, let's look at Karis LeVert. Since a lot of people seems to like Karis LeVert tonight, we can check him out. But um, he's about 24. He did it in the last two games. His minutes hasn't really increased. I've seen time. Look at this. Let's look past the last 2 days, right? In good matchup, Atlanta. He could play 24, 25 minutes and give you 16, 19 fantasy points. And then he'll have sporadic big games. Doesn't fit within what I like to do. I'm not big on him tonight. So Karis LeVert, I'm staying away from. He hasn't played for a month. So yeah, I was worrying about his conditioning. Um my lineup is definitely not set because I want to get LeBron out. I'm actually staying away from that Clippers situation. I don't know. I like Brandon Bass, and I might end up playing him. Um, I've been playing around my lineup. I even got Carmelo in for 8K, which means we need about 48 in the last two games. But then he's like Karis LeVert. He's up and down. I would be a big hypocrite to play Carmelo Anthony tonight. Though I do got a good feeling because the reason I stumbled upon Carmelo Anthony, I'm going to pull up Porzingis. I think it was the 23rd and the 25th. It was the 25th. Hey, I got to see. This is what I do, man. I look at game logs. I get into this. So it was the 25th and the 27th that Porzingis missed, right? The 25th and the 27th. And on those 2 days, I looked at Carmelo, 25th and 27th. And what stood out to me is that Carmelo took 26 shots both of those games. It's a lot of shots. Now, against Toronto, he scored 33. Against Philly, he scored 49. I think Carmelo's going to play a lot of forward spot tonight, and Brooklyn is weak on the interior. So I got a good feeling about Carmelo Anthony because of that. And Prodigy, I don't have the lineup yet. I'm actually live without a lineup because after they said Kevin Love is starting tonight, I lost my mind. I'm not paying 10K for LeBron if Kevin Love. Not that LeBron can't hit that or it takes away. It's just that LeBron been kind of the low key power forward for that team. He's been pulling down a lot of rebounds. So I think his rebound numbers are going to be reduced now that Kevin Love is out there. He doesn't have to really play the post or crash the boards. He's going to be able to like do what he likes to do, and like when a team throw up a shot, just head back on the offensive side and instead of shooting to the basket to secure the board because he can't trust Jefferson and these small guys. So I think his rebound numbers decreases tonight, LeBron's, and it just makes me not that interested in him anymore for 10K. So a person that I'm really interested in becomes Hernan Gomez because without Porzingis, let's look at those 2 days that I just spoke about, the 25th and 27th. when he plays big minutes. See, he didn't even do too well those 2 days. And Philly is a matchup with no Porzingis. He only got 23 minutes. All right. So let me see something else here. What's this guy named? O'Quinn. That's what I'm saying, man. This night turned into a weird night where a lot of things just didn't add up to me. So O'Quinn is the one that really benefited those 2 games that Porzingis was out. I think minutes open. But then the thing that's tricky is even though O'Quinn benefited there, Lance Thomas was out at that time. So you got to look at it from all these angles, right? Lance Thomas was out, and then Lance on the 25th and 27th. Oh no, he played. He played big minutes, 29 and 37. So O'Quinn becomes interesting. Um, hey Aaron, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. Like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, guys. If you know that I give good advice, if you know that you've been doing better since watching my shows and my videos, let me get some likes. Most Spates, and I'm gonna talk about most Spates right now. All day, I'm like, yeah, more Spates. Most Spates seems interesting. Then when I did my analyzation, look at Spates, man. Spates, it's gonna have a tough time going up against Jokic, that big of a guy, and Plumlee and these guys. In 11 minutes, two fouls. 11 minutes, Utah with a similar type of. See, Milwaukee don't have that. I think Utah Gobert is more Jokic like. 3 fouls. In Philly, 3 fouls, 12 minutes. All right. So most Spates, in my opinion, the way the Clippers use them is to give these guys a little bit of rest real quick until they catch their breath, and then they get him out of there. He back up some threes if he lucky. If his shots is falling, he'll hit some threes for you. If not, he wouldn't do anything else for you. So most Spates come off of that type of player. Plus, Griffin was out recently, and I don't think most Spates was the starter. Who was started for them when Griffin was out all those games? That's another question. Who started when Griffin was out with his injury? Was it Mo Spates? I don't think it was Mo Spates. If someone knows in the chat, tell me who was starting for the Clippers when Blake Griffin went out with his leg injury. Because I don't think it was Mo Spates. If I'm not mistaken, it was Brandon Bass, and I don't know why a lot of people are not talking about him, but I'm almost sure. Or they used Baumute as the 4, and they went small. Is that what they did? I don't like the Clippers situation. I might fade that game. You might get to 9:30 and Chris Paul is ruled out for rest purposes. Now, why would they announce 2 people and not the third is weird to me. I don't think that he'll be ruled out. But yeah, I remember that. Felton was playing like small forward, right? And DeAndre Jordan, I think you're right. And Mute moved to the 4. Exactly. So expect something similar, man. Mo Spates is not a starter. And Doc Rivers is a smart guy. I don't think he will ever start Mo Spates. So I don't expect Mo Spates to start tonight. All right. I think Rivers and those guards in a Denver matchup do well tonight. I just don't know which one. It could be Felton. It could be Austin Rivers. It might be Jamal Crawford. I know games when Chris Paul is out, I like to go to Jamal Crawford, but I don't know if Spates will play center. Well, that's true because then when Blake Griffin was out, they still had DeAndre Jordan. Tonight they don't. But Spates may not start, man. I think Brandon Bass is who you want from that game. Spates, if he starts, he's gonna have 5 fouls by halftime. And it's funny because tomorrow when I do the show, or tonight when I do my show for tomorrow, I'm gonna be saying this. Spates racked up 5 fouls in the first half, in the first quarter. I know Stone is out, and that's a trap, guys. I wouldn't chase that, man. I think Brandon Bass benefits. It may be Spates. I think it's up in the air. I think it's a little iffy. But if you know me and you've been watching me, you know one thing for sure is I don't like uncertainty. And I don't trust Mo Spates. Again, let's go back to Mo Spates. Mo Spates rack up fouls so quickly. How could you trust that guy in your lineup, man? You playing 11 minutes and you getting 3 fouls. So in 20 minutes, you fouling out. You fouling out. You know what I mean? Brandon Bates got a big body on him. He can keep up with the big guys. I think Jokic is a good pick. I love Plumlee on the Nuggets. Thinking about, I like to go two centers. So if I could get Hernan Gomez and Plumlee and then just beef up the rest of this lineup, I think I'm in a good shape. Love Schroeder tonight, man. For the same reasons I love Rondo last night, love Dennis Schroeder tonight. And for the same reason people did not play Rondo tonight, they're not gonna play Schroeder tonight. And Schroeder is gonna do well. All right. So stay away from Spates. I don't want to say stay away from him and then he goes off. But what does Spates do that makes him a good player, guys? When he gets points, it's his 3-pointers. Who is to say that he's gonna come in and start knocking down threes? I don't know Spates for being a box out rebounder. I just don't, man. Let me see his rebound numbers. 6 in 11 minutes. That's pretty good. That's pretty 19 minutes, 3. Minnesota is easy to get rebound against. For some reason, they give up. In Boston, same thing. Denver with Jokic. I don't know, man. I don't know about Spates tonight, guys. I would stay away from Spates. But hey, Peter, I started the show saying the same thing. I love Carmelo tonight, man. I almost put him in my lineup. It's just that he doesn't really fit the system that I use. But I think Carmelo Anthony goes off tonight, just like I felt about Paul George. I feel about Carmelo tonight. I mean, in the last 2 games, he's been shooting well. I think he's gonna be the benefactor of. I think he double doubles to say the least. I know he's gonna get double digit rebounds. They don't really have too many bigs, and for some reason, they don't like to play Kylo Quinn. I don't know why, but the Knicks don't like to play. And Kylo Quinn is pretty efficient. If you look at his numbers, he's definitely good for a point per minute, right? 6 minutes, 7 points. 19 minutes, 18 points. 11 minutes, 14 points. 12 minutes, 22 points. 11 minutes, 13 points. So against Philly, he kind of, I don't know what happened. He got 4 fouls. He's in foul trouble. Cleveland, 19 minutes, 18 points. So Kylo Quinn is good for a point per minute. I just don't know if he's gonna get 24 minutes tonight. So it's kind of tricky. As long as Space can stay on the court, he will get more DK points than Base. Space is a point per minute guy. I don't know. You see, when I look at his numbers, it shows that he's foul trouble prone. So that creates an uncertainty. And when I bet my money, I don't like uncertainties. So in that sense, I'm going to leave Space alone. I do not like uncertainties when I bet. So if Space goes off and have a good night, my goal tonight is to still have a solid lineup that will still place me in the money without him, even if he has a good night. And then if he doesn't have a good night, I will still have a solid lineup without him. So that's how I feel about most Spades, guy. That's my rationale, okay? He can have a good night, he cannot. But I'm going to fit my lineup that even if he does go off and I don't have him, I'm going to be all right. I don't trust the guy. I'm going to go with my gut. I think you want to leave most Spates alone tonight. He's too foul trouble prone and he doesn't come off to me as a starter. I've never seen him play as a starter, and off the bench he gets into foul trouble. I just cannot stomach that against Jokic, big body tonight, posting him up and whatnot. Having 7,000 for PF and utility with your lineup and Carmelo swap for Barnes. So I'm gonna take this down. This is something I started playing around with. I'm gonna get my lineup back in. I'm not playing Tristan Thompson for sure now that I know that Kevin Love is starting. So let's check it out, right? I love shooter. Will Barton is the only shooting guard that I can substitute Will Barton for tonight and feel comfortable about it is Tim Hardaway Jr. In 21 minutes, he put up 16 points, and he's so erratic, man. He can give you 32, 16. And the same could be said for Barton, but I think Barton in a starting role will thrive, man. I think so. And the Clippers don't really guard small forwards well. And if he's going to be starting at a small forward, I really love Barton. And then the history is there. He played 3 games against them. He's averaging 31 minutes and he's averaging 36 fantasy points. And who are the scorers for the Nuggets normally, right? We could say Gallinari. We can say, let's look at the Nuggets roster and see who do they look for mainly for scoring, right? Murray comes off the bench. So I guess Nelson. But if Chris Paul plays, Nelson becomes a little bit iffy. But I think Nelson, and I don't think Nelson against the Clippers especially is going to get me into the 30s. The upside is not quite there. Um, Moutier, and that's not even worth it. So Gary Harris, they do look for scoring. He could take up to 15 shots per game. He's consistently in the 30s. Um, in 2 games against them, he kind of struggled. And the two guard, who's the two guard for the Clippers? I think he might have some defense at him tomorrow. JJ Redick, I guess he's in the middle of the field as far as defense. But T Book arrested. Is more news coming out? Let's take a look. But oh, I don't want to lose my train of thought. I'm looking at scorers for the Nuggets, okay? So Booker ruled out and Derek Williams ruled out. Shumpert's been hot, but I can't stomach Shumpert. They don't have Barton starting. Is the starting lineup already announced for the Nuggets tonight? Who's their starting small forward? What's their starting five for the Nuggets tonight? Barton equals minutes. Gary Harris as well. Lots of shots putting up. Hey, shout out to Tim. Tim has a good dude. Yeah, man. And yo, Spades is the chalk, and I said if Spades does well, I'm gonna have a lineup that still gets into the green. If Spades do not do well, I'm just gonna be happy I faded him. I'm not playing Mo Spades tonight. I don't trust his game. I just don't have it. I don't have it in me to play Mo Spades tonight. I'm sorry, guys. If you want to play him and you got a good lineup around him, all the best. I am not going Mo Spades tonight. I'm sorry. I cannot stomach it. It's just not in me to play Mo Spades tonight. Um, this lineup that I had originally still doesn't look bad. I mean, it'll get me in the green. Um, I just really want to get that Hernan Gomez guy in because I think with no Porzingis, see these are things you need to be chasing. Trying to get Hernan Gomez in your lineup instead of worrying about Spades. Hernan Gomez can go 20 for 20 tonight if he gets focused and really ball out. I think he's in the 40s for sure. All right. He only played one half against them and he was 22. So I think we can double that today. All right. That game they didn't put him back in for whatever reason. They wanted to give I don't know what happened, but Porzingis played a bunch of minutes and they did not bring back in Hernan Gomez in the second half. Tonight, I think they have no choice. So Hernan Gomez is starting to become a lock for me. Oh, they have Hernan Gomez starting at the small forward. Yeah, I'm not messing around with that, man. I was reading a lot about Hernan Gomez. Yeah, Peter, I'm starting to like Hernan Gomez a lot. The Nuggets, Hernan Gomez, I'm not. It's too much uncertainty. He's not. He hasn't shown me any consistency. I know he has the upside because I've seen it, but it's just risky. They got people coming back from injury, so I don't know what his role is gonna be. You know what I mean? I don't know his role. When I pick a player, I need to know what type of role they're gonna use, and that's why tonight's slate, I don't know the player's role. We got players coming back from injury, and Fareed and Kevin Love. We don't know how much minutes they're gonna get. It's a lot of mystery, right? And then this guy might be starting, but we don't know what role he's gonna play when he starts. When he gets minutes, he's a point per minute guy. 29 minutes, 26, but he's a bust guy too. And you see, all right, if he's playing small forward, right, he's not gonna be getting as much rebounds. He's not down there with the bigs as much as the other guys. So when he gets these 10 rebounds and he do well, it's because of the rebound, not scoring. He's not known really to being a scorer. When he does well, and we look at games that he do well, this Lakers game was a real blowout. He played garbage time, hit a couple threes, but I don't see him getting a lot of rebounds. And the couple games that he did well, I think he needs rebounds. If he's playing small forward, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. All right. Yeah, the Sharks are unbelievable. That's why I just play so I could place into a contest. I make a lineup that I think I could place well, but if I just place, I'm satisfied. The Sharks are out there making 500 lineups, but I'll be careful with the Nuggets. Hernan Gomez. I won't say fade him if he's gonna get the minutes. Sure, But then Barton needs minutes too, and he's a good scorer. So if it happens that the Clippers, led by Chris Paul, come out and start doing well, and they feel like they want to bring in some scorers, Barton might benefit. And I don't really love Barton tonight. Now that I'm seeing that he may not start. If Barton doesn't start, then I'm not playing him. All right, that's a fact. If Will Barton is not starting, I'm not really playing him. I'm not too interested in him. So I want to get rid of LeBron James, and I want to get a shooting guard that's decent. I'm going to get rid of Delon Wright too, and get me a quality point guard. Because if I'm taking down James, then I need some consistency in my lineup, right? And if you saw my video last night, you know that I'm going crazy about Mike Conley right now. I am crazy about Mike Conley. Shooting guard, if I'm coming off of Barton, then I'm going to go Tim Hardaway. I think Tim Hardaway has a legitimate shot. And then forward, I'll probably go Raymond Felton. If he's nope. So I gotta think about this one some more. Probably come off Fareed. Nah, I like Fareed, man. I think Fareed is a sure thing tonight. So far, this is what my lineup looked like: Schroeder, Tim Hardaway Jr., Matt Barnes, Kenneth Fareed, Hernan Gomez, Mike Conley, Russell Westbrook. And they all fit within my system. Tim Hardaway, he's averaging 30 points in the last 10 games. He needs about 30 points to make value tonight. And in the last couple game 32, he has a 16-point game. He only played 21 minutes, and that was a blowout. So I think that's fake. That's not something to rely on if it was a blowout game. I don't think they get blown out at home. And then all his other games besides that one has been in the 30s and 40s. So Tim Hardaway is solid. I'm not going to mess around with Barton anymore because he may not start. And those late night games, we're not going to get any word until the game starts. So I'm going to get off. I like Fareed, man. Minute limit, most likely. Tony Allen plays good defense. Yes, Patrick. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last night for Rondo, right? Let's look at Memphis opponents as of late with Tony Allen and boom. Chicago, I know that D Wade was kind of struggling on him, but he did shut down. Clippers. So Brooklyn is playing tonight and Denver's playing tonight. So let's see. Brooklyn and Denver. Shooting guards. Gary Harris against Tony Allen. What did he do? In 34 minutes, he was able to put up 32 fantasy points. I would like to say that Tim Hardaway Jr. is a better offensive player than Gary Harris. Gary Harris is a good defender, but he can play some offense as well. But let's look at Brooklyn shooting guard. We don't even know who it is. It changes every day. Let's see what Kilpatrick did against them. In 28 minutes, Sean Kilpatrick put up 38.25 fantasy point. If you think I'm scared to play Tim Hardaway Jr. against Memphis, you're crazy. Oh, it's his birthday? Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't even know that, and I love the guy. He's locked in, man. Tim Hardaway Jr. is playing. Now, Ibaka, I've been looking at because of the revenge thing, and when in the last game, Ibaka went off against them too. So, teams like to let these players show off against their other teams. In one game, 36 minutes against them, he put up 50 fantasy point. Now, he had 4 blocks and 31 points. Those are both fake, all right? He went 2 for 2 for 3. We know he can shoot the 3, but he's been struggling lately. 0 for 3, 1 for 4. So I wouldn't really chase those stats. He needs about mid-30s. I think it could be there for him. For 5,900, I don't think I can afford him, though, right? Can I? I can't, so I'm not taking out any of these guys so far. I might take out Fareed if I could get convinced, but I will have to have someone that fits my system if I do it. I'm not just going to put someone in because they're known for being good basketball players, okay? Now, Richard Hollis Jefferson is interesting because he's going against the Knicks team, and I think he'll do well. He did well against them the other day, didn't he? 30 points. And his minutes are going to be there with what's his name out. That's something to look at. They just ruled out. Who did they rule out? Trevor Booker. Right. So Quincy AC becomes interesting more than anyone else, to be honest. He's good for a point per minute. In the Knicks, he had 19 points. He put up 21. We need about 20. I need to save the money. I think Quincy AC and Richard Hollis Jefferson creates that cuff that I talk about when I say that if one don't do well, the other will, and if you combine their price, you should get 42. I think between Quincy AC and Richard Hollis Jefferson, we can get 42 fantasy points. Let me know if someone do not agree with that. I think Richard Hollis Jefferson paired up with Quincy AC can get us 42 points. Quincy AC get us mid-20s. It could get us 50 plus. All right. Ibaka is a little risky. He doesn't really fit my system. I know that Tim Hardaway isn't starting, but he gets a lot of minutes. He's getting 30 minutes a game, so he might as well be a starter, right? Let's check it out. He's getting 29. This game was a blowout, right? 90 to 107. That's a 17-point loss. So the game got out of hand and they took him out. But before then, he's getting 29 minutes, 34 minutes, 29, 33, 35, 35. He's getting a lot of minutes. Let's see who his minutes are going to. Let's check it out. His minutes are going to so I think Bazemore has been giving up minutes, right? I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, guys. Bazemore's been getting less minutes than Tim Hardaway Jr. and Cephalosha has been getting less minutes. So out of the three, he's getting the most minutes and he's the most offensively minded. So I like him. I'm not taking him out. I just looked at what two guards has been doing against Memphis, and I like him more. And if Barton is not starting, then I'll have to go Tim Hardaway Jr. Barton, when he doesn't start, he's not the same player for some reason. He needs to be in the game from the beginning, man. Whenever he doesn't start, he's not the same player. This game was a blowout, so you can't chase those points. They put him in when they were up. He came, and I watched that game. He came out just jacking up a bunch of threes, and he was hitting them. He was feeling himself. He was hot, but you can't chase that. Games that he do not start, he can still get minutes. 27 minutes, 31 minutes. He's putting up 17 points, 22 points. I need for Barton to start to really like him. When he starts the game, he does better. Barnes or Hollis. If I decided that I'm gonna play Hollis, but if you play Hollis, you gotta handcuff him to Quincy AC. That's just my theory. With Trevor Booker out, if I'm gonna play um Hollis Jefferson, I'm handcuffing him to Quincy AC, and I think I get good value from that. Barton will get the minutes in production whether he starts or not. I beg to differ. I don't like Barton coming off the bench. I just don't. What do you think about the Golden State Orlando game? I feel like a lot of people like Vucevic, rightfully so. And Vucevic fits my system too, to be honest. Consistency is there. 40, 40, 40. He had one bad game. We're not gonna cost him that. 40, 40, 40. He's steadily in the 40s. Against this team, he's good for a point per minute. He's shown that. I think if he gets 10 rebounds and he double doubles, he's back in the 40s tonight. The reason I didn't get to Vucevic is because I like Hernan Gomez to give me a similar production. Hernan Gomez is pretty efficient. You give him 17 minutes, he give you 22 fantasy points. So Hernan Gomez can really rack up the points in a hurry. And I'm not taking out Westbrook. Conley for Vucevic, that might be considerable with the $400 left. I love Conley tonight, but he's on a back-to-back. He's on the road, and he's been having his ups. He's not as consistent as Vucevic, if we must make that argument. So I don't mind doing something like putting Westbrook in the guard spot and throwing Vucevic as the util. Now I got $700. Probably get if I take out Matt Bones, that 46. I don't think. What did I just do? I had Westbrook and Conley, and then I put Vucevic and Westbrook. Vucevic been crazy consistent, man, and his percentages are high. He's taking a lot of shots. He's taking a lot of shots. He can pull down 10 plus rebounds. Um, and he looks to be playing defense. He's getting 2 and 3 blocks per game. Yeah. I like Vucevic because the team offense run through him. So I think Vucevic makes the cut. That's a good call. Um, I really go on Roto. I go on Roto chat every day, but I put it on mute and I interact in the and I interact in the chat and try to give advice. Half of the time they don't listen to me in the chat anyway, but I like to see what people are thinking. I like to see the mistakes that people are making or the good decisions that people are making. And um Conley, I do like tonight, man. I've liked Conley tonight, and I don't mind. How much is Conley? Let me see something. Shooter is just too cheap. You know what I mean? I think Shooter is reliable. Um, Mike Conley 76. So I can't take out Shooter. I'm not taking out Westbrook. Vucevic is pretty good, man. That's a good sub in for Conley. I think because all right, let's look at Conley. When Conley succeeds, what does he do? What does he need to do to succeed? Right. The one game that he got a 51 last night, he got 9 rebounds. He's not getting 9 rebounds against Atlanta. I'm telling you guys that right now. He only had one the other day. So the rebound numbers are going away. With Atlanta is big, and they're not gonna let Conley come in pulling down rebounds. So the rebounds are not there. This game, he barely survived 30s because he doubled and got the 2 bonus point. So 3 points on that last assist. He hasn't been assisting the ball well. He doesn't have any double-digit assists. Um, Now, if we look at Schroeder, I guess you could say it's equivalent, but he doesn't really need rebound. He's gonna chuck up a lot of shots. All right, he's gonna chuck up a lot of shots, and we know he can get to the line 7 to 10 times. So Schroeder will chuck up a lot of shots, and he's gonna get to the line. Conley, he gets to the line as well. We know he went here 14 times against Brooklyn. I like Schroeder because he's cheaper, and I think I'll get similar numbers out of them tonight. Vucevic, we're gonna get everything, man. We're gonna get some blocks, some steals, rebounds, more likely in the double digits. Even if it's not in the double digits, he's still 40s. The guy is consistently in the 40s. There's no way for me to take Vucevic out, so it's hard to get to Conley. But I like Conley. You said keep Conley over Vucevic tonight. Why? If you give me a convincing reason why, then I will consider it. But I need a reason. You know, Georgia Vooch will get ran off the court. Um, and you know, I did feel that too. I felt like the way that, but Golden State chuck up so many shots from the perimeter that it's so many rebounds to pull down. You know what I mean? And Vucevic is the one that's gonna get it. The defensive rebounds are gonna go to Vucevic, and it's gonna be a lot of them, man. A lot of them. I'm looking at Conley. Let's look at Conley game logs. Let's see. What? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of it's a good battle. It's a good battle. Who? Let me see something. Hold on. Conley over Vucevic. I mean, oh, Conley and Vucevic. So Conley has the better matchup when it's tied, right? We go for matchup. Conley has the better matchup. Conley has more average points in the season. The last 10 games, Conley is averaging 40. In the last 10, Vucevic 45. Um, I do feel Conley. You know, I did say I had a good feeling. I would put Conley back for now. The momentum shifted towards. You like Hollis Jefferson tonight? If so, why? I do because Trevor Booker is out. So Trevor Booker is the backup point power forward, and with Porzingis out, I'm guessing that Carmelo moves to the 4. If not, Carmelo's going to be Lance Thomas. Carmelo plays no D. Lance Thomas plays D, but he's a smaller body. I don't like Levert. He's a rookie, and he's way too inconsistent. I see Quincy Acey and Richard Hollis Jefferson as a good handcuff tonight. If I play one, I got to play the other. If I don't play both, I'm not going to play any. That's how I feel about those two players. Yeah, Jeffrey. That's why I actually went back to him, to be honest, because I've been on him all day, and he was in my lineup. I like Conley. I don't mind playing Conley. So Conley, Hernan Gomez, Westbrook, Quincy Acey, Hollis Jefferson, Schroeder, and Tim Hardaway. The only person now will probably be Matt Barnes. I like how Kenneth Fareed exited my lineup some way, somehow. At the end of the night, I think I'm going to feel it for that, man. And then I'm going to come on here. I'm going to yell at you guys. But Fareed or Hollis, which one and why? Hollis Jefferson, if I play him, I got to handcuff him to Quincy Acey because it's a good matchup. A lot of minutes are going to be there. And I think that Hollis Jefferson, I think they one of the two are going to get a double-double. And I've been watching Nets game. Hollis Jefferson been crashing the board. Against the Knicks, he had 11 rebounds, 14 points. I think he gets something similar to this tonight. And I think his minutes might be even closer to the 30s because they kind of have no choice, right? Let's see what the Nets have that they can roll out tonight. They got Brook Lopez and who to back him up. Justin Hamilton been out the rotation for the most part. So say I guess Justin Hamilton, but Trevor Booker is out, which leaves Quincy. This is gonna confuse me. So let's look at starters, right? For power forward, it's gonna be Richard Hollis Jefferson. He's been starting at the power forward. And Quincy Acey will back him up with Trevor Booker out. As far as center, Brook Lopez is starting. Trevor Booker is out as the backup. So Justin Hamilton becomes interesting, but I think a lot of minutes go to Quincy Acey tonight. Quincy Acey is a beast. I don't know if you guys, if you don't live in the New York area and you don't watch these games on a daily basis, you won't understand. But Quincy Acey is a beast, guys. All right, he's getting minutes in the teens and low 20s, and he's consistently in the 20s for his price and the opportunity that's going to be there tonight. I love Quincy Acey, but I can't play Quincy Acey if I don't play Richard Hollis Jefferson. All right, so that's where I went with that. What did Blair said? Fareed won't even play more than 10 minutes. I doubt it. I doubt it, man. I really doubt it. But I'm gonna leave him out because of the uncertainty. And I like to preach that if you're not certain about a certain thing, don't do it. So I'm not certain about his minutes. I don't even know if he's starting or not. So that's the real reason I took him out. You know, I'm being honest. The reason I took him out is because there's a lot of question marks involved with him. And with question marks, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't really like question marks. I like to be certain in what I'm doing. And Hollis Jefferson and AC together. Kevin Curry, you might be new to my channel, but when I make lineups, I do it to place. I don't play big turn. I do play the big tournaments, but I never hope to win them. All right. Last night I put Cat in my lineup thinking that he's gonna go off because the matchup was perfect, and I thought I could get on top of one of these tournaments, and I didn't. The balanced lineup is the one that made me break even. And the only reason I didn't profit is because of the stupid trying to win a tournaments. Listen, man, with these tournaments, they are sharks out there putting in 150 lineups. So not only are they gonna get the number one spot, there's gonna number one to 200. I would say a good 150 of those are gonna be shark entries, and then 50 people might get lucky. And out of the 50 people that might get lucky, there's 300,000 people entering into that contest. So my chances are very slim. All I want to do is place in one of these contests. So I make lineups that's safe to make me place, not to win a tournament. And I've been getting a lot of heat because of that. People feel like, oh, you're playing for the wrong reasons. But I've won more money than I put in. I haven't made a deposit on this site in so long. And I've made so many withdrawals. So I'm not trying to take down these big tournaments, man. I think it's like a scratch off in a lottery. And I don't know if today's a lucky day for me. But I'm trying to place in every tournament that I enter. So if I enter $40 like I did today, at the end of the night when I see 140 on the screen or 180, I know I won $100 today. I'm all right with that. I'm content. I know I got $100 today, and all I had to do was place a bet. So That's my concept, Kevin Curry. I'm not trying to take down a tournament. I'm trying to play safe. So you could call it similar to a cash game lineup where when I handcuff them together, I think I'm getting 50 combined. I think I'll get 25 out of both of them together. Or Hollis Jefferson give me about 30 and AC give me low 20s. I really think between Hollis Jefferson and AC, you'll get 50. And when you combine their prices together, that's over 6 times value. So I'm treating them as one player, and I think I'm gonna get 6 times value for that handcuff. So that's my concept, and I'm sticking to that. Do we need anything with the remaining 400? Let's check it out. Um, yeah, man. I think if we can go up on somebody, Matt Barnes is the one that had me scratching my head. I don't want to chase 2 good games, but I don't want to be discouraged by 2 good games either. The thing is, Matt Barnes come off the bench, right? And for Orlando, Biyombo comes off the bench. So Biyombo cleans the glass, cleans it. So anything that bounces off, Biyombo is gonna pull that down. So is Matt Barnes gonna get me 9 rebounds tonight? That's what I'm scratching my head about. Without 9 rebounds, Matt Barnes is not really gonna be too valuable. He'll get you like low 20s, mid to low, but he only needs 24 to hit 6 times value. So even without the rebounds, if I get about 24 from him, I'm satisfied, right? But I don't know, man. Ingles is safer. Rivers has better upside. So let me play around a little bit. Let me play around. Let's see. Small forward, let's put Hollis Jefferson, right? Oh, no, he's a power forward. What about AC? I think AC's been small forward. Yep. So let's put AC as a small forward. And Hollis Jefferson is the power forward. Now we got 4,300 for forward. Vince Carter, nah. Against Atlanta, maybe. You know, but I'm good. I'm not messing with Vince. Vince is 40 years old, literally. Hey, Silver's been doing all right. In 3 games, he's over a point per minute. But I don't know how many minutes he's gonna get. Let me see what you guys are saying. Barnes is a good play. Yeah, man, I feel safe with Barnes. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I do feel safe with Barnes. Jermichael Green does have some upside, but he's inconsistent. He gets you 37, but then he'll make you very upset at midnight when you see he got 8 points. So, Fareed, that Fareed looks so good. I think Barnes is safe, man. No Kevin Durant. Barnes is safe. 6,600 for center. Let's go through the position, right? If I had 6,800 for a guard and shooter, would I have anything to do with it? Derrick Rose is no. So we're gonna stay away from that. 5,600. Let's see. Will Barton, we already got us, so that's no. Quincy AC for 37. Let's see what we got for Quincy AC replacement. Austin Rivers. But we need a forward at the end of the day. Austin Rivers, so I'm not even. So we're really looking for forwards when it comes to Quincy AC. We got 3,700. So Carroll is playing. Nah. I mean, but Carroll got upside. But OKC Roberson on him, I'm not with that. We got the Bo Spates. Everybody's on Mo Spates. No, Hollis Jefferson for 44. Taj Gibson. Now, I might could get with some Taj Gibson, but would I take out Hollis Jefferson for Taj Gibson? That's the question. Just because it's the price, I wouldn't do that. Nope. 6,600 for center. Now, the next thing I thought about is Mason Plumlee can do so well tonight that if I play him instead of Hernan Gomez, it open up some salary for me to play around with, right? I love Hernan Gomez, but say we take out Hernan Gomez and play Mason Plumlee, and we got $5,000 for a forward. That doesn't do us too much good either. 51. Trevor Booker is out. Quincy AC for 44. I'll throw Quincy AC or Taj Gibson. Now I know that Quincy AC isn't really I know that we can get good from Quincy AC, but I think Taj Gibson will give me similar to AC, but with more upside. And Taj Gibson is a starter. So we could do something like this. Gibson and Bonds. Let me see what YouTube thinks. What's up, guys? How the lineup look? We working on it, Riley. I'm not playing Levert. I'm off Levert, man. I don't like Levert. Word is Roberson may cover DeRozan, but I don't think he has to because Oladipo, although he's good on the offensive end, he's a very good defender. So both of them are good. I'm not really messing with um any Raptors tonight. Please don't take out. All right, I won't take out Hernan Gomez. I didn't want to. I just wanted to play around. Everybody wants Hernan Gomez, and I do too. I was just playing around with it. I might have to no Taj. Oh, who did we say? Quincy AC. I might have to swallow those couple dollars, man. $400 is not really much when you got a lineup that you feel pretty good about. Quincy AC getting minutes in the 20s is a good thing, man. But if I could get better for him, I would. But I just don't see how much better it's gonna get. Carroll is back in the starting lineup. Nah, I don't like Carroll in this matchup. Shannon Fry, we know that what's his name is back. Tucker, Richard Jefferson. I might have to eat that L. I might. Schroeder, Mike Conley. I think I could go up for Mike Conley, right? What we can get for $8,000? Chris Paul or Carmelo? I think I could get Carmelo for $8,000, right? 81. Jeez. I swear, if I could have done that, I would have did it because I had a good feeling about Carmelo tonight. Good luck. Good luck, guys. I'm out. Who gets more play, Spates or AC is the question. I'd rather AC. They both could shoot threes, right? And AC could keep his hands to himself. Spates is gonna get charged with assault tonight. I'm not messing with Spates. But let's get Conley back because I felt good about Conley all day. I'm not taking out Conley. Conley deserves to stay. Thing with Quincy Ace is I got him on a handcuff with Hollis Jefferson. I really don't like Hollis Jefferson like that. To be honest, he's so inconsistent. He doesn't fit my system. He goes 18 to 30 to 12. So I'm gonna get rid of Hollis Jefferson, guys. I'm gonna get rid of Hollis Jefferson. He doesn't really fit my system. I'm just playing him because of circumstances, and I like AC. I'm gonna leave AC. How much is this guy, this shooting guard here? Oh, he's out. Kilpatrick is out. All right, so forward for 44. I think I trust Taj Gibson tonight, man. He's in the starting lineup now. We're seeing some 17 and 13, but that was when he was not starting. In the 2 games that he started, he got us 22 and 30. If I get 22 from him, I'm not happy, but I don't think he will sink the ship. He's getting a lot of lobs from Russell Westbrook. He's going up against Ibaka, which is not too good sounding, but I think I like him better than Hollis Jefferson tonight, man. Let me see what you guys think. Who gets? I'm not liking them Brooklyn players when they're only getting max 20. Hey Blair, I feel you. That's why I took Hollis Jefferson out. But Quincy AC, if he's gonna get minutes in the 20s for the minimal price that he is, I think he's a good play. Hollis Jefferson and Fury, tough choice. Good. I'm all over Mason Plum Dog. I'm over him. I won't say I'm all over him. I like Mason Plumlee tonight, but I'm not all over him. I don't love him. I could easily see Plum coming off the bench. Not big. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Sway. I like him a lot because he's gonna get minutes, and the coach like to play him alongside Jokic. In the last game that I saw on TV, he overimposes himself. He overimposes himself. He runs and attacks. So I like Mason Plumlee for that. I think he can get you everything: rebounds, points, blocks, steals. He's a hustler out there. I'm not playing Alec Burks. Why would I play Alec Burks? That's like trying to win a tournament and hoping that I get lucky tonight. You know what I mean? Alec Burks is not worth my consideration tonight. I'm sorry. I think this is it. I'm going to trust Taj Gibson as the one weak. That's the only weak spot in my lineup, really, because Conley I know is going to ball out tonight against Atlanta. Conley is fed up. The last game they played, they were still going through whatever they were going through, but I think they shook that already, man. I think they shook that out their system, that little losing streak, and I think they got it together. I even like Gasol again tonight, but I'm not gonna do it because it's not a good matchup. But Gasol is too cheap for 7K, guys. Gasol get back right back into the 40s tonight, but I won't put my money where that is. So I like Conley, love Taj Gibson. I don't love Taj Gibson. I like Taj Gibson. Love Westbrook, love Hernan Gomez. I love Quincy Acey for his price. And with everybody chasing after Spates tonight and he busts, Quincy Acey's gonna give us that 25 points that just helps us cruise. You know what I mean? Please, guys, if it's anything you do that will satisfy me, is do not play Mo Spates tonight, man. And if he does good, I'll apologize. I will apologize. But I'm telling you that Mo Spates is not what you want tonight. I don't even know how to block people. How do you block all these? Put user in timeout. This is interesting. You could put people in timeout. Yeah, let's put them in timeout. Put user in timeout. The only guy I don't like is Taj. He can get you 10. Not as a starter. I don't see Taj. Taj is not the type of player that will get you 10 as a starter. Trust me. Utah is a bad match. This is as tough as it gets, right? So if you're looking at it like I'm looking at it, Utah is as tough as it gets. And I think he did. That's the first game he started. He got you 22 points. So I'm fair enough to say he gets me 22 as a floor tonight. As a starter, I think 22 is Taj Gibson's floor. So, um, yeah, Sway, play Spates. We're gonna have this I'm gonna address it in my late night show when I break down tomorrow's slates. I'm gonna address Spates. Iguodala or Thomas? Who's Thomas? Or Lance Thomas or Iguodala? I was neither. I don't really love either. But let's look at my so-called system, right? Lance Thomas can get you 20. When he plays minutes in the 30s, which I think he would tonight, he'll barely hit you 6 times value. Iguodala, he needs the minutes. And with Matt Barnes getting a lot of minutes, I don't know. Look, he's playing 33 and 32 minutes, and he's giving you 13 and 14 points. So he flashes a good game every now and then, but unless you know how to roll dice, I would stay away from Iguodala for that price tonight. That's how I feel about that. This is the final lineup, and I got to submit it. Dennis Schroeder, Tim Hardaway Jr., Matt Barnes, Quincy Acey, Hernan Gomez on the Knicks, Russell Westbrook, Taj Gibson, Mike Conley. We went heavy on the Atlanta game. And I like the Schroeder Tim Hardaway because if one don't do well, the other will. Because those come off like the only people who shoot on that team. Tim Hardaway taking 14 shots. Schroeder's taking like 18, I think. 22, 18, 15. So that's a lot of shots for two players. That's a good little combo. Matt Barnes, like I said, the team needs him, man. And I just need mid 20s from him. I think that's a fair expectation against an Orlando team. I could get into some Matt Barnes. Quincy Acey I like for his price. Hernan Gomez, Westbrook. Taj is probably the weakest link, but I think his floor is around 22. As a starter, I could take some Taj as a starter with Westbrook throwing up some alley hoops tonight. My confidence for tonight has fell, Prodigy. I'm not going to lie. I went from my normal 80, 85 to 70, 75. But I'm already in a bunch of tournaments and I can't withdraw. So at this point, to be honest, I'm just playing. Hopefully, I think that my lineup is safe though to get me in the money. I didn't take any risk and I stuck within my system. So it's fair to say that my lineup is within. Now let me compare these two: Schroeder, Barton. So equal Matt Barnes, LeBron James. So this one is the best. Equal. It kind of shifted towards this way a little bit. Definitely this way, this way, this way, this way. This is the lineup. Let me enter it. The other night, I didn't get to enter my lineup because I was doing the live show, and that was a bad lineup anyway. I was happy. But tonight, I feel a little better. My confidence is there. I think we're in the money for sure. We might not be too high into it, but I could almost guarantee we're in the green tonight. I didn't take any risk. I stuck within my system. I feel good about everything. See, I'm in the single entries, guys. I'm in the single entries. That's what I do. Single entries. I do the booster and single entries. I don't mess around with the sharks. I don't like swimming with sharks. I might get bit. You know what I mean? Play light, Prodigy. Definitely play light with this lineup. I think tomorrow is a big slate. We're gonna have a lot of options, and my system works better in big slates as well. So stroll light for tonight, get in the green, make a couple dollars, and tomorrow get ready to really hit. All right. Memphis defense not great like it has been. I agree, Tim, and that's why I'm attacking it tonight. Rondo went off against them last night, so I feel good about it. Barton is the one fade I think might hurt this lineup. Barton, they said he's not starting. If he's not starting, I'm not with Barton. He has to start for me to love him. That's just how I feel about Will Barton. Got to get back to work. Good luck, Sway. Good luck, guys. 2 minutes left to go. I don't hate the changes that I made, to be honest. Had to get probably could have stuck with LeBron, but with both Westbrook and LeBron, the lineup was let's see, LeBron, Westbrook. I could take out Fareed. I'm still doing a little playing around. I'm not changing my lineup, but I'm just seeing not Spades, AC. I'm just seeing what other options I had. I could have went AC, kept LeBron, still get what's his name? Hardaway. There's a 2 guard. Then for 4,200, I would have been at like Ilya Silva. But I would have had Westbrook, LeBron, and I still had Delon Wright in there, and then that just messes everything up. So I feel a little better about this lineup. I don't think it's that much off from what I had from earlier today, but it's lock time, and this lineup will be in the green in all formats. It's very balanced. When you have a balanced lineup with Russell Westbrook, you should feel good about that. I don't think anyone here will have a bad game. So good luck, everybody, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Let's get it.